grade sixes. Today I'm going to show you how to make learning your music at home a little bit easier. Now, something I noticed you didn't do a lot of in class is something called sizzling. And sizzling is when you make a sound like this. Okay? And it's really helpful because it'll help you learn the rhythms before you're worried about notes and fingerings and anything like that. So you can work on the style, whether it's staccato, short, or whether it's legato or smooth. So you're already practicing all of those things before you ever have to worry about actually using your instrument. Okay, so in my music here, I am looking at number 51 in your red book, Skip It Lou, it's page 14. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sizzle and I'm going to clap the rhythm at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to do the first two measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, simple as that. For me, that comes very naturally. It's very easy for me. For you, it might take a couple of tries. One thing that would be really useful is if you use something called a metronome. METRONOME, metronome. And what you can do, if you just Google that, Google actually has a metronome that you can use. Okay? So you can set it to a fast or a slow tempo, whatever you're comfortable with, and that will help you stay nice and steady. Okay? Once I'm comfortable with that, once I've clapped and sizzled a few times, then instead of sizzling, something I can do is read my letter names. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do the fingerings on my trumpet, and I'm going to say the letter names out loud. Okay, so this time, 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 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 C, C, E, 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 G. Okay, it would sound like that. And again, that's something that's very easy for me. Take your time. Okay, if it takes you 5, 10, 20, 30 times to get it comfortable, then do that. There's no point in rushing to playing your instrument if it's just going to frustrate you. Okay, once I've done that, so I've clapped and sizzled, okay, I'm using nice strong air. My ab muscles are really supporting my air, and I'm getting lots of air coming out. So I've done that, and I've done the letter names with the fingerings. E, 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 C, C, E, 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 G. I would go ahead and try and play that. Okay, and let's say you make a mistake and you're not happy with it. Oh, shoot. I'm just going to try it again. Let's say I make the same mistake. A smart thing to do would be to slow down and see what happens if I do that. If I'm still making the same mistake, I might want to go back to that clapping and sizzling or saying the letter names out loud with the fingerings. Okay? Once you're comfortable and it sounds good, you can move on to the next part. It's better to start with a small little bit of music, 2 or 4 measures at a time, rather than trying to do the whole song all at once. Okay? Otherwise, your memory won't be able to keep everything there that you need. Okay? Now, when I look at this, number 51, I actually notice that I have that exact same 2 measures later on. So measure 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 are exactly the same. So already I know 4 measures. So what I'm going to do now is move on to measure 2 and measure 3. Again, I'm going to clap and sizzle first. I noticed that that's the same rhythm as the first 2 measures. Okay, so the clapping and sizzling is the same. I've already learned that. I'm going to move on to the letter names. Measure 3. D, 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 B, B, D, 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 F. Okay, once I've done that and I'm comfortable, I'm going to try playing it. Now, at this point, I can start putting some of those measures together. So I'm going to play the first 4 measures, or the top line of music. And again, I already mentioned, if I look forward, I notice, oh, measure 5 and 6 are the same. Now I just have to look at the last 2 measures and see if I can figure those out. So again, I'm going to clap and sizzle. And you can hear it's a little bit different that time. Okay, fingerings and letter names. D, F, F, E, D, C, C. And then I would play it. Then I'd add it to another small piece. And then I'm ready to play the whole song. That's a really nice way to break it down so that you're not struggling with the reading of the notes, you're not struggling with rhythms. You've got all that down, and then you're just working on making a good sound. Okay? And again, if you notice you keep making the same mistake, go back to clapping and sizzling. Go back to reading the letter names and doing the fingerings and see if that makes a difference. There's no point in rushing, okay, trying to learn a new piece of music and just jumping in right away, because then you're going to learn all those little mistakes, right? And your muscles, your mouth, and your fingers and your brain will remember those, and then we'll try and do them again. So it's better to go slowly, do the fingerings, the sizzling, the clapping, all that stuff, and then by the time you actually play it, you'll actually be pretty good at it already, which is an awesome thing. You can apply this to shine, to any of the music you have in your Red Book, and it will be a really useful tool for you. So I hope that helps a little bit, and have a great day.